The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Power Trading Hour, with your host, David White. Now, the author of The Path of Least Resistance and the Tech Insider, David White.
And as we come into Tuesday, October 2nd, it's a gorgeous day, a little overcast down here at the headquarters of Technical Trading and Investing, TFNN.com. But it's an okay day. Nice. It's a little cool out this morning, one of the first days. We're starting to finally get a little bit cooler evenings down here. The weather's starting to come in just about beautiful. Water's still probably just a little too warm in the ocean, but we've got a couple of weeks it'll cool off into the probably into the 90s. It's like bathtub water right now. But a couple more days, and then we're probably going to have about 60 days where it's just gorgeous. My family tends to come down around Thanksgiving, and we go to the beaches on Thanksgiving. Always a good day, but we're kind of looking forward to that. Sometimes it's a little cool by Thanksgiving, but we've got a good 60 days of what I would think is pretty good weather coming. Anyway, today, October 2nd, is the Feast of the Guardian of Angels. It's a Catholic church officially observes it on the 2nd of October. And anything that says it's a feast, I don't know if I've ever been to a feast. I'm not Catholic, but I don't know if I've been to a feast. What qualifies as a feast? Is it a lot of people or just a lot of food? Or does it have to be both, a lot of people and a lot of food? I don't know. I'm going to have to check that out. I think I'm going to put that on my bucket list as one thing to do. That is, before I kick the bucket, go to a feast. And I don't know, people say that it's a feast, but maybe there's just so much food in America now that it doesn't matter. Everybody can hardly move. They're so overweight. Maybe it's a deal. Anyway, our friendly producer / engineer in there says KFC. I have a feeling that does not even come close. But anyway, the Feast of the Guardian of Angels today. They always have such great artwork. Had a lot. I guess people didn't have a lot to do back then, and were always drawing these wonderful paintings. Today at noon on CNBC, they had a panel about high-frequency traders with guest Mark Cuban. Made a lot of great points about what is and what not high-frequency trading does. But for the most part, he was pretty much on. I don't agree with much of anything he says. And as far as his politics, he's darn near a communist. But one thing he probably had down today is that all software breaks, that additional flash crashes are coming, and for the most part, high-frequency traders don't do anything. They say it gives you liquidity, but the stocks that they operate in don't need liquidity to begin with. So a little kind of weird, but the CNBC asked all the major exchanges, including the what would you say? The Toronto Exchange and some of the other less known exchanges, and they would not even come in to discuss whether or not high frequency trading was good or bad. Basically it's their bread and butter for making money now, for selling all those very expensive co-located facilities, and they didn't want to hear anything about it. Anyway, they did have one person coming in and trying to, I don't know what, I guess defend it. He was pretty much savaged by the rest of the folks there. But it gives you the kind of, trying to think, impression that most of these people that are defending this are trying to defend the indefensible. That they'd spend an hour on this doesn't mean that it's going away anytime soon. But I think at some level there are a few people now pushing for the end of high-frequency trades and HFTs. And our friends from Nanex were mentioned again today. They've done a pretty good job of identifying exactly what happens in these crashes. We're now starting to see them move into the futures, like we did in crude a few weeks ago. And I don't think there's anything new to them other than the fact that they probably don't do anything to the core principle, which is are the benefits that they say they give the market there? And the answer is probably no. They don't dabble in illiquid stocks, so they're not actually giving any liquidity. In fact, a lot of people are taking liquidity out of the market. But kind of interesting. They may have something on their website later. Intel's power management software may be delayed. Intel was out dissing Microsoft's Windows 8 tablet, saying it wasn't ready. What they should have said is that our power management software for our chips is not ready. And that's what they probably should have been saying next week. I was kind of wondering why they would diss Microsoft that way. A little blame shifting on the part of Intel. Not a lot of reaction so far today in Intel on that, but rather interesting that the people at Intel would risk the fury of Intel. Let me see if I had current quote on there. 23.73. Not a whole lot of movement. Microsoft either. $29.61. I suspect that they will be ready when it comes to shipping on the 26th. If they are not ready to ship this tablet on the 26th, I'd say for Microsoft, Bomber, he's gone. He can't screw up yet another launch. He threw $400 million in advertising just in the last Windows phone. I suspect if he can't deliver on this, that he's done. A lot of people are very happy that he got the stock to finally break out of its long trading range, mostly on the stuff he has nothing to do with, which is server products, database products, the stuff that kind of runs itself. The other bright spot, again, is something that he has very little to do with, and that is the gaming part, the Xbox part. The stuff that he's been involved with, almost to a T, has been a failure. So it'll be very interesting to see whether or not Balmer can actually deliver. If he does on time, I think a lot of this will be forgiven. If not, I would say he's dead. There were a lot of people that were asking for his head at the beginning of the year, and I don't think that's going to change anything if this thing goes back into the 26s or 27s. And there have been a lot of people buying a lot of put-call spreads that break even somewhere in the 27s on Microsoft. If you see that hit somewhere around 27.50, pay very close attention, because I suspect that there's going to be a lot of action in that stock. Of course, they're not the only one out there delaying things, and we'll get to that in a second. Yesterday, I talked about the Value Investing Congress. E is gone after Chipotle. There were two gentlemen there that probably could move stocks based on what they said. Einhorn was a big factor in green, the fraud. I would call it fraud. I don't know if anybody else has, in channel stuffing Green Mountain Coffee up front. He has now come after Chipotle, and like I said, he is one of those guys that has the ability to move a market fairly quickly. CMG, see what we have here. Chipotle Mexican Grill was off 4%, and what is it, off $13 so far. So fairly extensive move, and I suspect that most of that, since he announced it this morning, was I think it was down a couple of bucks. He's probably good for 10 or 11 bucks on that right now, and we'll probably see it. He's actually saying that Taco Bell, with their upscale menu, will start hitting Chipotle fairly soon in what he's doing it. Let's see what else we've got going on. iPad Mini is They're talking about it being delayed. An analyst at Barclays says his hardware analyst, Kurt Yang, believes the iPad mini mass production could be experiencing some delays. However, more importantly, he still believes the product ships from Apple before the holidays. They're going to build about 10 million units of these 7-inch iPad minis. Look for them to come in at about $300 is the rumor now. My problem would be exactly what Wall Street hates, and that is declining margins, and why this may be the right thing for Apple to do. And if I was running the business, I'd do the same thing, i.e. try to cut off Google at the pass. My guess is it's going to be the same reason that Intel has stayed out of the very cheap processors for smartphones and tablets so far, and that is that they couldn't make the kind of margins they needed to not look like the rest of their business was going to hell in a handbasket. So still looking at that iPad mini delayed issue. They thought that they would be announcing it the 15th. Now it looks like it's going to kind of try to announce it somewhere close to that same 26th date for Microsoft, maybe to steal a little bit of their thunder. But at the same time, they were trying to get it out before Microsoft and let everybody know they had a low price option from Apple. Samsung has gone ahead with its iPhone 5 patent lawsuits. They've got some real doozies. I suspect that the one that Apple says that they won is going to get overturned fairly quickly. Samsung's patents are pretty good because they're all about the actual technology for LTE inside those phones, and I suspect that they're going to have a much better case when it comes to that. But it's been added to another existing lawsuit already, and it will come up fairly quick, probably right around the first of the year. And Samsung may have the ability to actually cut iPhones from getting reshipped in, because of course they're not made in this country, shipped in. They could cause some kind of problems that Apple's been trying to cause for Samsung in the marketplaces. Workaday sold its IPO terms, and they're starting to hit a little bit of news. I saw Bloomberg was having some specials on them last night. Pretty interesting stuff. They continue to raise their R&D massively every year, and it becomes a smaller part of their budget. Pretty good growing company, and I think we're probably going to hear a little bit more about them in a couple of weeks. The Retina display is what's known as a super high definition display, and actually Sharp's coming out with one. I think I covered this yesterday. But it looks like this is going to be a fairly decent addition to a lot of products in the first quarter of next year. They're just getting production going on, but did see a little bit more about it today. And that's pretty much the news. You can give me a call at 877-927-6648. That's 877-927-6648. We'll be glad to take a look at your stocks or maybe talk about them. Please give me a call. I appreciate hearing from all of you. Except that one guy that breathes real heavy. I don't understand that at all. Anyway, we'll be back in a minute.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Wealth Management. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportions of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what an asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Wealth Management financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Wealth Management, LLC. Member SIPC.
with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Carol Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
80% of traders fail because they don't know when to get in or out of a market, and all because no one taught them how to read the signs. You see, the stock market has a universal language called Japanese candlesticks, and each day, the buyers and sellers, the bulls and bears, go to work and build signs. This language has been around for thousands of years, and it's easy to learn. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Masters Show, and I'm a master sign builder. Download my free report, Candlesticks, The Speed of Trust, on the homepage of TFNN.com for one of the best-kept candlestick secrets. I'll also be conducting an online course Friday, October 19th, to teach you the language of the market's sign builders. You'll learn the best entry and exit techniques and strategies that will create extraordinary rewards. The course will be archived so you can review it as many times as you like, because trading or investing without learning this language is like running a red light. It's an accident waiting to happen, and there's no airbags or seatbelts. All the details are on the homepage of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And as we come back, I wanted to check the volume and see what we did. And, about 234. What is it, 224? That's 224. We've got about 2 billion shares on the New York Stock Exchange consolidated tape. That includes everything on the ECNs, not just the floor-traded ones. If you listen to some of the other shows, you need to make sure that when we talk about volume, that you're comparing apples to apples and not apples to oranges. Tom uses a Bloomberg service. He gets the volume directly off the floor, so it does include ECNs, and it's a little less. But 2 billion shares, you're really starting to see something when we get into 5 billion shares, but somewhere between the low 2s and 4.4 at the high range is what we've been getting on for the last 2 or 3 months, and I don't suspect that's going to change. We're setting up right now for about 3.3 billion shares on the day, which is not a big deal. And of course, we've got a market that tries to go higher each morning. The Treasury Department comes in, as far as I'm concerned, it's the Treasury Department, comes in and tries to goose the market by buying S&P 500 futures and moving the market up. Last couple of days, we're seeing kind of a change in character, and that change is as soon as pretty much the first 30 minutes are over, they get back right to selling it. Today actually should be one of the stronger days, as it's the end of fund buying maybe in tomorrow, you can almost say it. But my guess is if we see any strength at all, that will be the end of fund buying for this month. Most fund managers choose to buy in the previous month because it goes on their big Christmas bonus check, and for all they know, the world could end when those Mayans say it will in December. So take the money now. And just 1441 on the S&P, 1442. Not a big move down here. But when they had pushed the futures up 6-7 points, it is rather telling that they just can't get anybody to bite at higher prices. The market is very short, so you have to always keep that in consideration, and the short interest in your particular stock or in market-wide. We've seen a lot of short covering over the last week, not followed by any real sign of strength. That's normally just when a market likes to surprise everybody. We've seen the VIX kind of slowly move up. Was in the 14s last week. We started buying puts in the newsletter, and also actually some positions that I think would probably do pretty good. I've got a couple that are starting to pay off. We might have been a little early on them, but I think we shorted them about $8 higher on a couple of them. Some of the other ones are just now getting started. Probably been better off waiting one more day on them, but they're close enough that it doesn't matter. I think I'm off 10 cents on one and maybe 60 cents on the others. So nothing earth-shattering out here. We were looking at some of these other stocks. I wanted to look at CMG and actually go to the chart on it. This is Chipotle Grill. Of course, it blew apart. It's been basing out for a while. Came back up, tried to get in and at least cover some of the gap up to 351 on September 7th. Been coming back down, almost made it back down. Certainly need this thing to come back and test that previous low down here at 277.26, and I suspect that we're going to continue to move down there. I don't want to overestimate the ability for Einhorn to actually move a stock when he's short it. One, he's pretty good, and he's made a lot of money in the past, and once he announces something like this, it's not beyond the scope of a lot of people to follow him. We're seeing that kind of volume back in today. He says that he thinks that, I think I saw that he was talking about this in less than the $200 mark at a proper valuation. So he's expecting a lot more. I suspect, although there wasn't any today, that he was probably short this thing back up at 400. And is probably now just discussing it because a lot of these big funds will have to, I think they've got like 30 or 60 days or something like that, or 90 days before they have to announce big short positions. He's probably coming or getting ready to announce a short position anyway in it. IBM is the other one I said I wanted to be watching last night and today. Not giving a very good signal. We had higher volume. It was not able to hold over that $210.69 high of April 3rd. It is looks like it's going to close back below that. That you had higher volume, couldn't hold it. Could mean that you're going to maybe get at least one more attempt at that high. But for all the upgrades that they got yesterday, this thing should have sailed through. We'll be back in a minute.
You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and you've seen him on Tiger TV, as well as being featured as a regular CNBC guest and contributor, and now you can have access to his expert trading advice each morning through his daily trading newsletter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading stocks, options, and indices every market day. Market Insights comes out each market day before 9:30 a.m. and provides provides traders with Tom's daily commentary, opinion, and specific trade recommendations on the markets. Using advanced Fibonacci methods, volume indicators, Gartley patterns, candlestick charting, gaps, and market timing, Market Insights will give you specific trade recommendations including entry, stop, and exit prices. The summer is over and traders are back. Get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650. I should get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And as we come back, we're going to start looking at some of the movers today and what we're seeing in the marketplace. But you can always give me a call, 877-927-6648, 877-927-6648. I'd love to have your call. As we go through it, some of the big movers out here, BBBY, Best Buy, Bed Bath & Beyond. I always wondered what was beyond. If you went to those doors in the back, just what would be back there? You just walk off into a giant nothingness, kind of like walking into the obelisk in 2001. Just touch it, and somehow your little baby fetus floating around. I never understood that whole part of that movie. Liked it right up into that part. It was still very weird. Anyway, one of the ones we have is BBBY. It's off about 1.5%. This is one that looks like it's going to do right what it should, which is go back and test the untested low, which is $58.77 from June 26. You had 4.7 million shares in there. It's never gone and retested it. Why it's always scary to get into a stock where you haven't seen volume tested. You had a higher low at $61.20 at with 7.1 million shares. That's a pretty good indication with that energy that this thing's making an ABC to go down and test that $58.77 level, and we'll see what happens in that. Another one that's a mover out here for us today is Expedia, EXPD. What is that? EXPD, yeah. Let's see, what do we have here? There we go. Expeditors International of Washington, EXPD. Very close to making its test. Volume's a little high for this time of day, but I don't suspect we're going to go down and test it. But should be watching this one, EXPD. $34.83 was the August 2nd low. Looks like we're probably going to go test that tomorrow. Give us some kind of idea. The volume we would like to see about 700,000 today, and not anywhere close to the 1.4 million shares already. You can probably expect that to get awful close to that 2.1 million shares. Randgold Resources, not a big move out here today. This thing is pretty much in a parabolic move. You've had a little bit of retraces out here. It's off of about 2%, which isn't a whole lot, $124.50. And it's if it we do start seeing a little weakness on these. Looks like to me it's going to make a beeline back down to this 115, 117 area. So $10, but about 8-9% move on that possible. But one of the bigger pullbacks out here today. Net Apps, which is NTAP, another one of those high volume, low stocks that has not retested it. This one has got 54 million shares, $27.79 on May 24th. It's going to want to come down here and test that low. It's next opportunity was 50 cents higher, so pretty good chance that this is going to get tested. Network Appliances, one of the bigger movers today. Also, let's see what I have on that. Off almost 2%. It's coming back into a gap here where it kind of gapped up on some volume. A very volatile day on the 16th of August and had some nice volume. But we're kind of getting back into that section. Probably act for a little while as support, but watch for these to go ahead and continue to move down. Priceline, this thing got walloped back in earnings. Another one that looks like it wants to go back and test its lows. Not much volume today, and there's probably going to take a little while for this thing to consolidate and come back down, but it's got the low of 553.52 on August 9th with 2.4 million shares, and it came down on 6.6 million shares the day before that penultimate low. And we're going to see this probably try to get back and test that low once again. I have to keep on it. Another one that is weak out here today, off 2% today, is Starbucks. Of course, like Green Mountain Coffee Roasters in that same space. They had kind of a wallop also on heavy volume, getting back just into the support area on that day that it came down, which was June 27th, or July. That's going to be July 27th. Came down on 28.5 million shares. And what do we see in that? It is a fairly decent move, but we're getting very close to that first day. It did get down to $43.04 on August 2nd. I suspect this thing really needs to come back and test that low before we start moving on. That low actually comes back from support from a long time ago, and that is, I'll zoom in here for it. That is the gap up from November 28th, 2011. And fairly decent volume, 5 million shares. But that's going to probably be the support area, and where you would probably want to look at it again, 41, 42 bucks, somewhere in there. If you can get back in there, find some light volume, probably bust this $43.04 low from August 2nd on lighter volume. Might have some nice trades setting up for back up to that $62 level someday, but it'll probably have to base out a little bit. Let's see if we've got anything else going. Let me check what else here. Let's just check my data real quick and take a look and see if we have any more volume. 1.1 billion shares, so not a whole lot. And of course, we've got the S&P pretty much flat, although it was up to 1451 as a high today, and at 1440 now. So what are we off? 11 points off that high of today. Actually, it's off 4 points right now. It's looking at the same thing. But a pretty good signal that we're ready for a pullback. 1424 is probably in the next support level in the S&P. Let's see if I can look at that real quick. S&P 500. And kind of look at, see if we can get back in here. This big candle right here is probably support on that, and the high on that day was high 1432, and you've got probably about halfway into that, I think, is going to be where support comes in, about 1432. The volume on that day wasn't all that spectacular, and we'll have to keep an eye on it, but just a normal retracement of this last big move in the markets. If you just did, let's see if we have a little better one here. 14. You pretty much made it the one-to-one of the ABC up, and the one-to-one took you to 1459. The 1 to 1.5 got up to 1448. So 14. What is that? Is that right? 1 to 5. Yeah, 1485. And we didn't get close to that. We did get to the one. Is that right? Yeah, 1 to 1, which would be 1376. 128. That's it. The 1 to 382. Excuse me. We got awful close to that. We got to what? So I suspect you could get back and just do a normal retrace of this last move, and it wouldn't be all that much. Let's see if we can see. Yeah, you got 13. Let's do it just a little bit more so you guys can see out here. There's a nice confluence area that comes in about 1380. We don't talk a lot about confluence anymore on TFNN, but mostly because the characteristics of the market didn't really set up for that. But we've got it has now, and you've got a nice range in there, but normally that is a pretty good indication that we are going to see that kind of move once again. See if I can zoom in here just a little bit more for everybody to see. Yeah, it's going to be. And it's going to be, unfortunately, they've got these monitors too far away for me to see the text in there, but it's about 13. It's going to be 1340, 1360, right in that range. I'll take a look at it tonight, report on it again tomorrow. But that's probably where you're going to have very good support. And if you're thinking about buying this market, that's where you'd want to be looking, not now, but back in that. I think we've had a pretty good indication that the top is in, and that would just be kind of pretty much a 618 retracement back to that level from the move from 1266 on June 4th up to the high of 1474 on September 14th. So I'm not going to see a lot of difference back here, but I suspect we've got enough in the way of a trend line break to make a lot of people start thinking about selling. SanDisk, SNDK. I got to take a quick look at this one here. none of these ones that just got hammered like a redheaded stepchild. It's gone back and tried to fill the top of the first gap. That gap actually happened, let's see, what is that? Was it April 4th or 5th? April 4th. It came down on 27.5 million shares. We came back and tried to hit back up into that gap from September 19th, and you had it about 5.3 million shares. So most of these memory companies like SanDisk have been working hard to produce memory and things like SSDs, but that market is fairly soft right now. There's two major gaps down here at 42 and the next one at 36, and I think we're probably going to see a little bit of movement into both of those. Lastly here today, we've got Wynn Resorts. It's another one that's come up against a gap on, I suspect, on very much lighter volume. We had a gap down on, what's that, May 9th. That gap came down 3.3 million shares. If we look at the last few days as we've challenged that gap, 1.5 million, 1 million, 1.4 million shares. So pretty weak, setting up a chance for the previous gaps and some of these lows to get back and challenged. If this is part of one of the larger ABCs, this is going to be pretty monstrous. I don't know if I could, the volume's not all this weak in this leg up. It is weaker. But if you look at this on an ABC, possible ABC on a 1-to-1 takes you to $70, 69, 65. So I don't know if Wynn's going to be that sick. But I think there's a pretty good chance that we get back down to the $90.11 low that we saw on July 26th. If this market continues to make it back down to that 1360, 1380 level where we're going to start seeing that confluence support come in. Again, you can always give me a call at 877-927-6648. That's 877-927-6648 and discuss your particular stock. And we'll continue looking to see if there's anything else out here that we should be looking at. Facebook, Google. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at Google. It had been testing those previous highs. Those highs had been on there for a few years. Let's see if I can get it maybe on 4 years. Maybe it's longer. Can't be longer than that, is it? 5-year high? Is that right? Yeah, I guess it is. The November 7th, 2007 high, 747 with 8.2 million shares. What did we do? We got into that over the last few days. Nothing in the way of that 8 million shares. Got to the high, doing a little reversal on light volume today. Still probably the strongest technology stock of the big four of Intel, Microsoft, Apple, Google. Still looks as probably the strongest one out there. I would suspect working on narrower margins, but really benefiting from selling a lot of technology to third world countries where cost is a huge issue. Being a little cheaper is a big deal. We've got just a little bit more time before the end of the show, one more segment. How that goes on. Oh, there it goes. Seems like if I move just perfectly out here, I can lose those headphones. I wanted to look at one last thing, which is UNG. See how natural gas is coming in. We talked about probably the best time to buy it was in the middle of the summer. You have a little seasonal bias. What I dislike about here in natural gas is you had a huge volume day. We're getting into that. That huge volume was 40.8 million shares on the 1st of July or of August. We're getting up a little bit, probably rare earth, with 12, 13 million shares today, and going against that 10 million. I guess that's actually not too bad. Is that 10 million? Oh, 40 million shares.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Time is the great equalizer of all mankind. Time doesn't care about winners or losers, who succeeds or fails. Time only cares that you played the game. Question: are you playing the money game? Is your money working as hard for you as you are for it? I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter service, and we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary. In year 1, we generated a 30% profit. Plus, I provided 26 hours of live coaching to my clients. My daily newsletter service is available by 8 a.m. each day and covers the stock, futures, currency, and commodity markets, along with all the current patterns that you can trade. Each newsletter is packed with education, and it's yours for as little as $3 per day. And for the next 30 days, you can try it risk-free. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage of TFNN.com and begin your journey to great wealth today. If you're waiting for a better tomorrow, remember this: today's tomorrow will soon be yesterday, and your clock is ticking. Mastering Probability. Now is your time.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
I don't look at many Dow stocks, but we're going to try to close the day up here looking at some Dow stocks since we've got some fairly decent movement down. The first one is AXP. Of course, what do we have here? I guess we'll go ahead and look at this. A lot of little reversal signals out here. AXP, of course, American Express company, off about 1% today. Not a lot of volume so far in a lot of these stocks, but I suspect this is starting some of the ABC downs that we're going to see in these. See if I've got a nice little ABC here. It wouldn't be bad. Let's see. Set as A, set as B, set as C. You had about a 0.78 retracement on this. That would take you back down to $55.42. You got that nice big load out there that has not been tested from June 1st, $53.18, 8.7 million shares. That ABC would pretty much take you right there, or close enough. At least take you into that high volume down day. What else do we have? We've got DuPont Chemical, always a good indication in the Dow of some movement. This one doesn't have that much to go, but previous low out here at $48.63 from September 5th that could easily be tested here over the next few days. What you don't like, and one of the reasons I've been very non-bullish in this entire market, is how many of these high volume lows have not been tested. When we look at DuPont, it's that July 11th low, $46.16, 8.5 million shares. The previous low came in with 4.6 million shares, 30 cents higher. So you made a lower low, the volume doubled, and that's just hanging out there, kind of like one of those loose twos. IBM not making any friends out here, really looking like it's reversed up here at the top, trying to get, didn't make a higher high today, but continuing to see lighter volume. We talked about it at the beginning of the show. McDonald's, if there's one doing better in what a lot of people are saying is a coming recession, we continue to see McDonald's is another one with yet another high volume low that you don't want to see in this. That was the August 8th low at $86.15. You had 14 million shares, and you kind of want to see, you got two previous lows in that same range, 10 million, 12 million shares. You'd like to see the interest wane and not a lot of people getting interested in buying it, that all the hoo-ha was over. But going to 14 million shares sets up a test of $86.15 yet again on this. And, of course, we can see nothing but food costs, grain costs going up, and I don't know, maybe how long can they hold that dollar menu with rising beef costs going into next year? A lot of people seeing that. They, of course, came down on huge volume, and what we just kind of bounced off of, and that was on May 8th, came down on 12.4 million shares, which set up a nice little gap. We tested that on September 25th on 7.2 million shares. So you certainly had, at 5-6 million shares lighter on that day, coming back and trying to fill, or at least touch that gap back on September 25th. Last one I think we've got time for is Procter & Gamble. Not much on this one just yet. Let's see if we got just a little longer time frame up here. I'm almost looking at this one. You had some volume, but almost looking like a false breakout. You had one day a decent volume in that range, but not a lot more down here in two previous lower gaps to take a look at. You all have a great, safe, and wonderful evening, and hang on for 3 more hours of wonderful broadcasting excellence on TFNN.